When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Hey, Gary, good morning. Open Option Friday. Hey, Marianne, how are you? Hope everybody got notifications this morning. I know people are having difficulties. NHC, Daniel, how are you? How are you? Happy Friday. Yes. Hey, Ellen, Marlene, how is everybody? Muskie, Rusky, how are you? Hey, Robin, good morning. How is everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Please, if you will, retweet and share to bring people in, people who possibly didn't get. Hey, Tees, good morning. Get notifications. Hey, Dawn. How is everybody? Let me read quickly to you. Hey, Julia, good to see you. I'm going to read some from Proverbs before we get started. Howdy from Connecticut. Well, hello, NCAA. Hello. Good morning. Amazing news morning. As always, right? Blood pressure is down. Hallelujah. Marlene said. Okay, my son, if you receive my words and treasure my commands within you, so that you incline your ear to wisdom and apply your heart to understanding. Yes, if you cry out for discernment and lift up your voice for understanding, if you seek her as silver and search for her as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk uprightly. He guards the paths of justice and preserves the way of his saints. Then you will understand righteousness and justice, equity, and every good path. Hey, Lisa, Brandon, Yukon Women Rule, someone said. Hey, Patrick, good to see you. Chuck, good to see you. God bless America for sure. Just a little reminder here, Easter's coming up, a great Easter basket gift. My ears are not like yours. A children's book to give encouragement and hope. Just go to Amazon.com and you will find this book. And it's been getting really great reviews so far. Everybody seems to really love it. Hey, Cully, hope you go there and check it out. Hey, Beck. And I'm just going to take a couple of seconds here. I haven't done this in about a week or so. But hey, Wayne, good morning. For Abby Bell Pet Designs, I have some new items up. These are little bandanas. As you can see, this one is pink one with dogs. I have some pink polka dots. Good morning, Lisa. I have some other pink designs. I call them flowers just because nothing seems to fit. I also have some camo ones for your dogs. And I have this dark blue with polka dots. Good morning, Wayne. For Puppy Day, yes. And this basically, these will fit just about every dog. You can kind of roll them up if you need to make them a little bit smaller to fit your dog. Thank you, thank you. That's at AbbybellPetDesigns.com where you'll find all of these. And I have additional colors. So if for example, you don't like any of these, I have purple polka dots. I don't know if you can see that pretty well. I have pink apples that your dog might like. This is a little poodle design in this color. I especially love this color. I think it's really cool. And we have this sort of blue crosses on here color. Boy dogs. It's for boy dogs, girl dogs. This other color. Here's another one. Have one more after this one. This is a stars pattern on this light blue. And Happy Puppy Day. And this yellow one. So basically, if you go there and you want to get some of these and you don't see the colors right here aren't there. So you can just say, I want a particular color. And what you can do at checkout, there's a little place that you can put a note just saying, I don't want this one that I'm checking out on, but I want this particular color, and I can make it for you. Doesn't matter. Hey, Georgia. So just let me know. And if there's any questions, you can always DM me. You can contact me by email, whichever way. But I think these are, spring is coming up, and your puppy needs to have a bandana, okay? For goodness sakes. It's Friday, Lee. How are you? So did everybody watch Anderson Cooper last night? I didn't either. So, I did see the interview this morning of, like, what is it, Karen McDougal, whatever. I saw a little, about 9 minutes of it. My response is, shame on you. You know, I don't know. What else am I supposed to say? I mean, just saw France was struck by terrorists. Yes, Brandon, I'll talk about that in 1 second. Doing well. Good, Lee. Who's Anderson Cooper? Yeah, I know. Well, most people don't know he's Gloria Vanderbilt's son, but other than that, basically, anybody who is having an affair, whether it's Donald Trump, Karen McDougal, you or me, whatever, it's shameful behavior. What can you say? It's sinful behavior. Why are you bringing it up would be my next question. Obviously, you want to try to influence the election in some way because she tried to do it in 2006. Hey, Chris. And it wasn't successful in 2006 because, one of the rag magazines, the National Enquirer, bought the story and probably to ditch it so it wouldn't be seen. And she didn't like that, apparently, and that was in 2006, but she got her money. And now she's suing to be able to talk about it, but as she sued to be able to talk about it, she went ahead and talked about it anyway. So hopefully she'll get sued. I mean, what's the purpose of you coming out and talking about an affair that you had, whether you're male or female? It doesn't matter. I mean, what are we supposed to do with that? Am I supposed to look at Donald Trump and go, oh my God? He wasn't, first of all, what he does in his private time before he was president, I don't really care. I mean, that's between him and God, and the same with her. Why are you bringing it up now? I don't care. This is something that happened in 2006 or 2005, whenever it happened. I mean, that's 13 years ago. I care because... and it was consensual. Nobody was raped or anything like that. It wasn't against their will. So I don't really know that it's any of my concern. 8-foot Iceman. Wow. Okay. That must be amazing to see. So this morning, getting on to important stuff, CNN deserves to be placed with checkout line tabloids. I know. Seriously. Hey there. Hey there, 8. I'm sad they're taunting Melania. I know. I feel bad for Melania. If you did a Bill Clinton, that's a different story. Exactly, Daniel. Exactly. Before he was married to FLOTUS. No, he was married to her back at the time. But, I feel bad for her that she has to see this. I don't really know, in saying, oh, I'm sorry, Melania, I'm sorry. Well, you should have been sorry back in 2006 when you were doing it. A little bit late to be sorry, but... maybe you should go talk to God and ask for repentance. That would be good for you to do. You don't need to bring that out in the public. You can just do it. Hey, Rocky, we're talking about the woman that allegedly had an affair with Donald Trump back in 2006. Good morning, Chicago Pops. Melania is a very dignified lady. Yes, she very much is. That's between him and his wife and God. Exactly, Dawn. I could care less. As I said, it was consensual. Don't do it if you think you're going to be sorry. Exactly, Beck. I mean, and again, you're only bringing it out in public because you're either A, trying to help Donald Trump lose the election, or you want money. Ivana Trump speaks highly of Donald. This is X. Yes. And again, I don't really care what Ivana Trump has to say about Donald Trump or Marla Maples. I really don't care. Now, if he were doing stuff like this now, I would be wondering if it's compromising national security. That's about it. CNN is probably paying them, of course. Marianne, you know they are. That's and that's the only reason that she's getting money from somebody. That's why she's talking about it. And it's like, wow, you know. And she kept saying, well, yeah, I knew he was married, but I kind of put it in the back of my mind. Okay. Is an ex ever going to say anything nice? Probably not, Marianne. That's why they're exes, right? But Ivana is saying nice things about him. Part of that could be because she's required to do that. Also, you know, I mean, if you have an ex-husband, it's that rich, you probably want to stay on good terms with him and keep him well. Anybody that takes money to be quiet and then talks deserves no credibility. Exactly. I don't even care anything about this woman. I could care less. I really could. So anyway, spent enough time on her. Let's go on to some other news. I hope that President Trump vetoes that absolutely ridiculous, one-sided Democrat, pro-Democrat bill, that omnibus bill. It's so ridiculously one-sided that, I mean, if he doesn't veto it, I don't know. I really don't know. He's threatening to veto it. Let me tell you what's not in it and what is. He tweeted he was considering it. Yes, I hope so, Beck. He better really be considering it. Do you think Trump was trolling Ryan and Rhinos by saying he would sign the omnibus bill? Molly, I think he was probably hoping for the best, you know. It is junk, John, and it's horribly bad junk. Here's what's not in it. No border wall funding. We talked about this yesterday. Money for fencing along 33 miles of the southern border. Woohoo! You know, and again, it's probably crumbling fencing that they're going to put up the same inept fencing once again. It expands the H-2B visa program, allowing in approximately 100,000 foreign workers to take U.S. blue-collar jobs. Now, how can that be good in any way? It continues the funding for sanctuary cities. Yeah, 33 miles. And as I said, the walls right now are ineffectual. And so what? You're going to put back the same thing? It irks me they are funding Vietnam veterans. They aren't or they are, Marlene. No increase in federal immigration officers. So you remember Donald Trump was saying, we're going to get more officers down there. What do we do if things don't change soon? I'm not willing to sit here and much longer. Well, John, I tell you, I mean, it's the Democrats and the rhinos who are Democrats anyway that we have in Congress. I heard there were Russian sanctions added to it, and this is why he wants to veto. I doubt that very seriously. I don't think that's why he wants to veto it. Hey, Nick. No, like I said, no increase in federal immigration. They are funding Vietnam's veterans. I see what you're saying. You're not talking about Vietnam veterans. You're talking about veterans in other countries. Well, I know from one thing that I read, it gives $1.8 billion to increase border security for Jordan, Egypt, Lebanon, and Tunisia. Okay, that's great, but it's not my country. Why are you funding $1.8 billion for a border wall for these people or border security, and you're not doing that for America? That's absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't reduce the levels of legal immigration, so we don't, that's not in there. No money for additional detention centers to house illegal aliens as they await trial. And Pelosi already released a statement praising the Democrats for how great the win was. Sounds like a Democrat budget? Yes, absolutely. The whole thing is garbage and Schumer wants it. Tear it up. Exactly, Molly. No, they're giving money to Vietnam veterans. Let that sink in, Rand Paul tweets. Wow. Yeah, they didn't talk about that one. Hey, Barbara. I know it's making me really upset about this. I mean, it's totally... From the article that I wrote the other day at SusanKnowles.com, it's absolutely one-sided, lopsided, right towards the Democrats. And what happens? The rhinos, I can't even wait to get over there and vote on this. It's ridiculous. Robin, if he doesn't veto it, I'm done with him. I'm already done with every Republican that voted for it. Robin said, exactly. What about our border? As Dawn said, where are the Republicans? They're the ones voting for it, Barbara. They're the ones that wanted it. Trump better not sign it, Marianne said. Rhinos are so evil. I know. Well, they really are. You know, they're Democrats in Republican clothing is all they are. It just makes makes you cringe. I mean, and the thing of it is, yeah, they're military in Vietnam, not their veterans in Vietnam, but the military. Yeah, that's not good. Thank you, Marlene, for helping me get that straight. Um, it'll take 2/3 vote if President Trump does veto it. It'll take 2/3 vote in the House and the Senate in order to override his veto. So they may be able to get that. I don't know. But again, let's put all of that aside. $1.3 trillion budget for spending. Come on, even that in and of itself is outrageous. 1.3 trillion. Let that set into you. Let it sink in. I see you may be in San Diego. Just take people to El Centro and see what is coming to them without a wall. John said, didn't he work with them on this? President Trump wanted stuff for his wall. Yeah. Veto it, sir. It will weed out more rhinos. Yeah, I mean, he wanted money for the wall. He wanted money. He wanted them to do something about DACA. I was run out of El Centro 20 years ago, John said. Why did you have to leave El Centro, John? Why were you run out of there? Praying today. I know, Alexis. Sheesh. He really got nothing, Barbara, except we got money for the Pentagon and for the military. We are also funding China. Ticks me off. We're giving money to communist countries. I know, Marlene, especially those communist countries that are screwing us over. Oh, John, because you didn't speak Spanish. They're screwing us over because of tariffs. What a waste. And we have majority in Congress and cannot get anything done. Yep. Unable to get a job. Yeah, that'll do it too, John. And you have to leave when you can't find a job in El Centro. And it is predominantly Latino there. All the Democrats are happy with it. That's all you need to know. Exactly, Julia. That says it right there. There's nothing else you need to know how bad it is when Nancy Pelosi comes out and is happy about it. Schumer's happy about it. No DACA address, no wall. Our veterans are still being forced to deal with a VA which shows no sign of improving. Veto. Maybe he wants us to see the truth. None of them like us. I'll be disappointed if Trump signs it. Yes, me too, Marianne. Need to train American workers into trades instead of bringing in foreign workers. Absolutely, Chicago Pops. This whole thing about everybody needs to go to college is really ridiculous. Some people don't want to go to college. Some people aren't, equipped to go to college, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with not going to college. Wow, we lost a bunch of people. If everybody could kind of retweet. I don't know what happened. We were talking, maybe this is a subject matter that people don't like, but he started the morning with a tweet. Yes, he did, Barbara. Vocational schools and apprenticeships. Yes, Brandon. For sure. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, what happened? Plumbers make more money than most people do in a lot of, white collar jobs. So nothing wrong with that. And President Trump talked about that yesterday. Morning, May Sue, your tube is being not being nice. I don't even know when you're on, and I can't even get Fox News Live. Don't stream it. It is horrible. I know, Josette. Fox News, they've kind of taken Fox News Live off of YouTube, which is terrible. I used to watch it through there, and I can't find it anymore. Major need for skilled jobs right now. Yes, absolutely. And there's, again, plumbers, people work on air conditioning, people that, painters, all kinds of jobs are needed and skills are needed. There are different things that you can do, but, we're not doing it. We're sending people to college. There's a shortage of trade workers. Pay for electrician is an all-time high. Yes. And those are good careers for people, but that's not encouraged. We want to send them over to the left-run colleges so they can become liberals. Once people have to get out and get a job and understand what it's like to have to work and put food on the table, things kind of change. Jobs millennials won't do. Well, I don't know, John. Millennials probably won't do those jobs. You're right. Hey, Dixie Doodles, good morning. How are you? We were talking about yesterday about if the government shut down, what would the military get? Dog groomers, architectural drafters. Yeah, we must trust the plan, I guess, because letting Congress work on this was like a bunch of 10-year-olds. I don't know, Barbara. I wouldn't even say 10-year-olds, but okay. If you want to be nice. We need welders and engineers. Yes. Hey, Jules. Underwater welders, those people make tons of money if that's what people want to do. I couldn't do it, but other people that do that, my gosh, they make tons of money. Love the t-shirt. Always looking nice. Thank you. Padres, just do it. Yesterday we were talking about military pay during the shutdown, and I wanted to clarify some things. Active duty military will not get paid, but Congress has the ability to pass a separate piece of legislation that will get them paid. And I was a little confused because I remember that President Trump had asked Congress to do that, and Congress was in the throngs of doing that. Astros, just kidding. And so that was going to be something that the military was going to continue being paid if we had a shutdown. Now, the military retirees, they still receive their regular pension checks and would be receiving, would get those no matter if there is a shutdown or not. People with receiving survivor benefits would also be paid. VA disability and GI Bill would be paid unless it extended for a really long period of time, and then there's a possibility they wouldn't be paid. Now, as far as the breaking news that we heard this morning and regarding the guy in France, the only ones who shouldn't get paid are the politicians. Yes, Daniel, absolutely. They should get zero, zilch, nada. And zip, let's not forget that. Nada. For any time the government shuts down, they shouldn't get paid at all. And you know what? I vote for not paying them now with the load of BS in this bill. Okay, so what happened in France this morning was an Allah Akbar calling out person who claimed to be supporting ISIS. From what I understand, these police officers were running, I guess, in formation or whatever. He started firing upon them, and then he took some hostages and went into, Alan said me, I second that vote, went into a market. We're holding hostages in there. He killed 2 people, and now he has been killed also. This is odd to me because, number one, I thought that criminals didn't use guns. And also, from what I understand, guns in the hands of anybody who is a good person, like the one who went ahead and killed the guy who took people hostage, I thought that was supposed to be a bad thing. So I'm totally confused here about guns and the people who come on the scope sometimes from Europe and telling us how bad we are in America because we use guns. Sounds to me like they solved the issue over there in France today by shooting the guy who took people hostage and killed others. I mean, do you get the same feeling, or is it just me? I know, exactly, Daniel. Yeah. Thank you, Beck. A la snack bar. Yeah, I know, Molly. I'm telling you. So I don't know. It just bothers me when people come in and tell us what we're doing wrong, and yet they have the same problems. Criminals, I know this is hard to believe, but criminals commit crimes, and they do so with guns or anything else that they can find. Just saying. French police won't take any rubbish. Well, apparently they didn't, Lee, and they got rid of him, so. Too bad they didn't get rid of him before 2 people died. But maybe when the police were out there running, they weren't armed. Josette said, Spencer, to add that funding sanctuary cities and Planned Parenthood, hard-working taxpayers to help kill babies is a no-no. Yeah, and that's another part in that bill. I guess we're still funding Planned Parenthood. Oh, thank goodness we're still funding Planned Parenthood. What's with the new Vegas video? That, Barbara, that was everybody should see that video. Yes, do libs actually think people will hand in their guns? Yes, they do, Dixie, because they will if they had them. They need to close their borders for a couple of years. Yes. That new video from Las Vegas, I think in the very beginning of all this, when we were right after the shooting, I told people you could walk through Vegas and nobody's going to notice you. There's too much going on in Vegas all the time. I don't care how many cameras are there. Is it on YouTube? I don't know. Dennis Michael Lynch has it. That's where I saw it, NCAA. But you know what Vegas is interested in? Vegas is interested in, are you taking money? Are you cheating the house? Things of that nature. They're not interested in how many times that you walk through the lobby with a buttload of suitcases filled with ammunition and guns and things of that nature. That's okay. Nobody had a clue. They were going, to the service elevators. Abby, don't. Abby's eating cloth off the floor. They were going through service elevators with the people who help you up with your bags. Nobody noticed. He would tip them. It is very heavy, but they put it on they put it on the whatever that's called to move it up to your room. And it's like no problem. And he did that a number of times with a number of suitcases. Luggage cart. Thank you, Dixie. It's Friday. Yeah, on the luggage cart, and nobody noticed. And again, they're not looking for things like that. Had to be an industrial cart. No, it was just, it looked like camera equipment. They had a body language expert reading his body language. Beck, he was just very relaxed. Are you back? Are you back to be on Periscope? What is it with you? And he was looking at people coming in the elevator. He would kind of stand in the corner. When I overload my cart, it does not roll right, Barbara said. He was very relaxed. He went out, and as you know, he went out and he made over 20 trips. Yeah, I think he did. And he went to a place called Ogden Condos. I don't know why he went there. He went there twice, I believe. Then he'd drive to Mesquite. Then he would come back. He'd rented the room next door and all that. So, he was very much calm, cool, collected. And, what can you say? I won $200 once in Vegas, Molly said. Wow. Diane Feinstein will never turn in the Glock she carries in her purse. It's not about giving up the guns that protect them. It's about taking the guns that protect us, Spencer said. Yes, Spencer. Abby, want to say hi? Gorgeous puppy dog. Abby, do you want to say hi? Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Abby, come here. She wants to say hi, but she's being shy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay. I'm going to ignore you then. Maybe the thought he was a legit gun trader. No, come here. Oh, she left, Molly. She was on yesterday. Look at yesterday's scope, Molly. She was on. I don't think anybody knew there were guns in there. And I don't think, somebody is on YouTube. I have to delete them 1 second. Block them. There we go. Weird people on Friday. Weird people. Thank you for retweeting. Okay. So we asked that question back then, how many trips and how many, we weren't told a lot. And basically if they had just released that information a long time ago and released that video, I want to see her. So, yeah, she was on yesterday, Josette. If you watch yesterday's YouTube, you'll see her on there. And so you might want to just do that and briefly look at that. Good morning. There's been an officer involved shooting near me. Gosh, Chessie, I'm telling you, like every day, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, thanks, Don. I blocked him too. Crazy people coming in. I don't understand. I deleted his messages and blocked him. Um, let's see some more information here. There is garbage in the Pacific Ocean that's now bigger than the state of Texas. And it's referred to as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. That's pretty amazing. I don't know why they can't remove that garbage. Lady here in North Carolina was charged with making her toddler smoke weed on Facebook. I saw that. Crazy, Brandon. I know, it's Friday, Lee. You get craziness goes on. Yeah, I know, that's crazy. I mean, they could take that out, though. I've heard it from a lot of ships, too. Yeah. I mean, why can't that just be removed? I don't get it. There's so many things that you can do. Why is it still there? Nobody wants to take charge of it and remove it? I don't know. Seen pictures of the trash and it's crazy. Yeah. The police were doing a revoked warrant on a sex offender and he pulled a gun. You know, Chessie, that's one of the things. When you a police officer and you go to serve a warrant or something like that, it's so dangerous. And one of the most dangerous calls you could ever make is a domestic violence call. And a lot of police officers had lost their lives in the just recently doing those two things. Time magazine put the Parkland shooter kids on the front page of the magazine, but they omitted anybody that was pro Second Amendment. Yes, that is true, Susan. Barbara said no currents are pushing the trash to that one area. So currents are pushing the trash to that one. I have no idea. I don't know if it's currents or that's where it came from. I have no idea. Yeah, there's trash at the size of Texas. A friend of mine lost his hand when the door was slammed on him. Oh, Leah. Oh, wow. Can't even imagine that one. That must have been horribly painful. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So if you buy Time magazine, you may want to stop buying Time magazine. Just saying. Don't forget about the nuclear waste from Japan. It's all floating on top of a lost ship or something. Barbara said, you think so, Barbara? So that would be easy to clean up if it's just going to want to go to that one area. I know, Dawn. I mean, really, you could take a tugboat, take it somewhere to a dump, and get rid of it, It shook me for ages, I can tell you. Lee said about him losing the hand. Yep, no time. Yep, no time rag here. Good morning, Danny. Good morning from Bravo Base. Tell everybody in Bravo Base we said hello. How are our homeless vets who were no longer homeless thanks to you guys at Bravo Base? Speaking of the homeless, who Knowles being silly yet seems strange as you mean who knows? Okay. I heard every time they try to clean it up it gets bad again. Huh. Well, maybe they need to try harder. Everybody's saying hello to Bravo Base, Danny. Don't they have an area like that in around Asia as well? Probably so, Dawn. Spencer said it's now twice the size of Texas. So they can stop their garbage past the 5-mile mark in the ocean. It would take thousands of ships. It's as big as Texas. Whatever it takes, just go in and get it. It's really weird, but there's a guy, and I forget who he is. He takes, like jugs, plastic jugs, puts them together. He's a guy, he builds homes and stuff. And he puts them right on the water. And he literally puts this together and builds homes on top of it. Where would you put it? Well, I think you would, why not destroy it? Why can't you not burn something like that? But maybe you could burn it in incinerators. It's hard to imagine Fukushima waste still out there, nowhere to go. I know, Dixie, and it's all coming towards San Diego, I think. Who's going to fund it? You're going to need a billionaire. Exactly, Marlene. It would take many ships and many years to clean it up. Where would you put it once it was picked up anyway? Spencer said they are using the children to score political points, so why aren't their parents speaking out? That's odd. No, just that it's not, because their parents are just as political and don't mind using their kids for the purpose. Hey, Jerry, how are you? Yeah, they've got to do something about it. Use it to make power. There you go, Alan. I mean, there's they can do something with it. In Orange County, you know how bad the homeless problem is getting in Orange County, LA, downtown San Diego, blah, 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 San Francisco, on and on and on. Orange County now wants to send their homeless over to Irvine. Hey, Robert. Time had that David Hogg on the yes, that David Hogg and the Emma Gonzalez and the dynamic duo. Okay, Nick, have a good day. Thanks for coming in. It's not they'll be cleaning on land after damage is done. Thanks for the flowers, Robert. So Irvine is saying, why do you want to send your homeless people to us? Now, Irvine is a little bit more an expensive place to live than Orange County, so they don't want people coming over, homeless people coming over and setting up there. What they want to do with the homeless people is send about 400, now listen to that, 400 homeless people from Orange County over to Irvine, to this particular piece of land, and set up a tent city. And this particular piece of land supposedly has cancer-causing chemicals on it. Why it's still there and why it hasn't been cleaned up, regardless of who's there. They want to send people over there and do that. Now, here's the problem that I see with this homeless issue in California. The people that are, yeah, good luck with that nonsense. I know, Robert, but I'm telling you, what they're saying now is that the people who are homeless, there are shelters for them to go into. But a lot of them, most of them, don't want to go into the shelters because they want to continue to do drugs. And you can't do drugs in the shelters. So there are places for people to go, and they're opting to stay outside, live on the sidewalk, live on the land in tent cities or wherever, and the city is allowing them to do that. Yeah, relocate the homeless. I know, Chesney. So they need to go in there. Hey, Teresa. And basically clean everything up and arrest the homeless and say, look, we're going to keep arresting you, which is not going to do any good. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. But they need to do something to get those people into the shelters. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. We must have had a scope that just ended. I know several people came in, so must have had a scope that ended for you guys. The ship could run off the steam created by the burning. Well, Spencer, at least it would work. They need jobs and rehabilitation. Brandon, and see, that's the problem. Some of them don't want jobs and rehabilitation. We have to get real. That's the case. Get rid of the drugs, put them in a treatment, and build the wall. Yep. And this new place has health concerns. Yep. Nope. He came back. Barbara said, why not a tent city like shelter on the outskirts? Because if they did that, I mean, who's going to take notice of it? Who's going to do anything about it? Then put them in a nut house. Well, I don't know if they want to call them nut houses, but they need, I mean, again, it's the drug issue. Predominantly, it's the drug issue because people just want to continue to do drugs and not go into shelters and get cleaned up. Being institutionalized in a shelter is no way to address the issue. Well, true. Hate seeing dogs with homeless people. Dogs need to be with loving families. Yeah, I feel bad for some of the dogs too, Robert, because the dogs probably aren't being taken care of in most cases. unless the cities and counties go out and vaccinate the dogs and get them veterinary care and food and things of that nature. I know, Robert. Ticks me off too. Some of those dogs are probably strays. Tent cities, just like public housing, does not work. Public housing in Chicago created violence. Absolutely want to bring Bing Slam. I don't know what that means, Robert. Typically, it takes 7 times to rehab to get rehabilitated, and the person has to want it. I just don't get the whole needing drug stuff. Well, California's too busy handling out clean needles. Exactly. The thing of it is, I mean, I've never had an addiction like that, but when you have an addiction like that, hey, Frankie, you want to body slam the homeless with dogs. Well, that's probably not the answer, Robert, but, a lot of them, there are people who are homeless that have dogs that love their dogs and take care of them as best as they can. So, I mean, they're not being cruel to them, other than them, being homeless as well. Public housing or low income apartment leads to a big mess. It's a big mess. Why would anyone with issues want to take on the issues of 100 being forced to live with them? I know. Painkillers given by docs can start it. And what President Trump was saying, that he wants them to start making these drugs that are not addictive. And, I'm sure that they could. Yeah, some places won't take dogs. That's truly. Well, thankfully, President Trump understands we have to get to the root of the problem. Yes, dogs look skittish and afraid. Yes, Robert. But, again, probably a lot of those dogs were living on the streets themselves. A lot of owners just turn their dogs loose and let them go. And that's sad too. Some homeless say the dogs come to camps and want food and stay. Yes, Barbara, that's true. I'm late taking care of my daughter's wedding business. She is going to LA for her honeymoon. Oh, God, no. No. Church-based outreaches work best. Yes, Daniel. Why not just ban opioids? They'll soon come up with an alternative. Well, hidden, the pharmaceuticals aren't going to give up that money now, are they? So, yeah, it'd be great. I'll tell you what, I never understood about, like, what drugs were like. I don't take drugs. I'm not that, aspirin's about the strongest thing I ever take, okay? But when I had, my gallbladder incident where I had to have my gallbladder removed, I was in so much pain that I couldn't even walk straight. I was barely beyond the point of walking. And I was given Ativan. And let me just tell you something. Within seconds, my pain level was probably at a 20 on a 1 to 10 scale. And in seconds, my pain was totally gone. So I could see somebody who was in constant pain wanting to have something like that to take the pain away. I mean, unless you've been, thanks, Robert. It's okay now. At the operation, I'm fine. But unless you've been in that type of pain, I mean, you can't really relate. Chronic pain patients are killing themselves. And Marlene, I'm telling you, if I had that pain any longer, I mean, literally, I was in the emergency room and in the waiting room to go in at the clinic, I should say. The emergency room was right there, but I was at the clinic waiting to go in to have somebody see me because I had come from one hospital over to the other one. A long story. They sent us to the wrong hospital. But anyway, I was literally crawling around on the floor. I was in that much pain. And one of the patients, one of the other people waiting, I think went and got somebody and said, "You got to do something to help this woman. She's like literally on the floor." I've never been in that much pain. I'm in chronic pain. You're missing the point. I didn't see what you were saying, Chesney. When I had my multiple surgeries, I did take Percocet. Is it Percocet? Once I was done, though, I was done. Never became addicted. Robin said, "Yeah, I won't take it." Yeah, they gave me Ativan, and because I am so sensitive to drugs, I threw up the Ativan that I had. But I don't, that was it. Even after the surgery, I didn't have any pain medication. I won't do it. But like I said, I was on a level about 20 out of 10. Had that same problem with kidney stones, worst pain ever. Yes. I have chronic pain, but lucky that narcotics make me sick, so never got addicted. Julia said, yeah. But I mean, I have, I've seen clients with chronic pain, and I'm telling you, they can't sleep, they can't walk, they can't think. But I could see why somebody would want to have that. Pain clinics are big business, Brandon said. But I could see why somebody would want that relief. And Dawn is saying big pharmacists have big lobbyists. Yes, they do. Yeah. So I mean, I don't blame people with chronic pain that get addicted. They need to make the drugs different so they won't get addicted. I mean, I really think that would be the way to do it. My pain management doctor is very careful. Yes, Chessie, would have to be. And there are doctors, as we know, people have been arrested for not being careful, for being in schemes, for trying to get people hooked, for wanting the money. You know, you got bad people everywhere. Most doctors only want to prescribe drugs to address the problem. That's true. There's a difference between dependence and addiction, Marlene said. America is overprescribed. Ultimately, that's the bottom line. Yes. Hey, Marilyn, how are you? That's the idea, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's, again, there's got to be a change in the way the pharmaceuticals produce these drugs. Lots of folks need meds like this, but there are many who abuse this need. Yes, it's true, Brandon. Okay, what is the best thing you have going on? Anyone? It's the weekend. What is everybody doing? Spencer said the VA got most addicted by refusing the proper care and just throwing opioids at them. Many lives taken to cancer. The VA refused to diagnose like that. Yeah, true. A lot of people in the VA were just thrown pills. I know that from talking to a lot of veterans. What is everybody going to do? You're getting a haircut, Marianne said. Making coils, Chessie said. I am going to a block party. Hey. The rain has, looks like it's kind of moving on through Southern California. They make it addictive so you keep buying more. Yes, that's right, CMS. Given Tordanol for kidney stones after taking that, I understand why people get hooked on pain meds. Wow, Chicago said. Hoping it warms up. Rowing on the lakes and church Palm Sunday this week, Lee said. I am getting to see my new baby grandson for the first time. Oh, Beck, that's cool. Making people beautiful all weekend. All right. Stations at the cross tonight. Marianne said. Mom sitting. Marlene said. Thank God they're stopping doctors for writing prescriptions for people from other states. Yes, Daniel. Yes, yes, and yes. I intend to have so much fun this weekend. I'm just going to, my husband and I are just going to go and do things, maybe take day trips for the next couple of days. I'm looking forward to it. We are getting snow this weekend, but going to see our parents, Robin said. Funny, I'm dealing with the VA today, Dawn is saying. Sorry about that, Dawn. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, when you taking Lexi to the dog park, yay, Wayne. My birthday tomorrow, 51. Well, Daniel, happy birthday. Sounds nice, Susan Dixie said. Used to work at a pharmacy, and I can tell you firsthand there are many addicts out there. Yes, Brandon, there are. I record everything when I have to go there, Spencer said about the VA. Happy birthday to Daniel. Got tired of being lied to, Spencer said. Yeah, happy birthday. Enjoy your day immensely. I have a topic. What is going on with women going to court to go topless in public? Teresa, because being topless means that you're equal to men. Don't you know that? You got to, in order to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're equal to men, you've got to be topless. One thing I'm not doing is watching politics, Marianne said. And you know, Marianne, it's so hard not to. I mean, it really is. Because you know it's impacting you. It's the only protection we have about the VA, Spencer said. Yes. Doing our last road trip next week to Northern California, then it's back to Chicago. Yuck. Chicago pops. When working with my pain management doctor, he very carefully, because I'm a recovering addict, Chessie said. Good for your doctor. Enjoy the outdoors and God's wonders this weekend. Yes, you know, and the thing of it is, once again, We have to. I have to say this for myself and everybody else. We got to know God's in control. Time is short. Time is short before God's return. Try to help as many people as possible. Wayne said he's too fat to go topless. Um, Help people as much as possible come to God, and that's why we're here. I'm turning my phone off this weekend and enjoying life. Brandon said, "That's great." I don't think Mark Zuckerberg. For those out there who are Zuckerberg fans, Mark lost $5 billion with a B dollars in a couple of hours after that Cambridge analytics came out. Exactly, God is in control and time is short. Chessie said, "Yep." Tired of emails, Brandon said. Don't even say his name. Marianne said. Ah, that's what he gets. I know, $5 billion. Woo! I wish I had enough money to lose $5 billion. That, you know what I'm saying? That kind of money you can't wrap your brain around. That was probably like losing $1,000 to him, maybe. I better hope his wife gets a little richer, I suppose. Do these women want to be drafted if it came to that? Well, of course not, Teresa. They want peace at all costs or any cost. $1 billion here, $1 billion there. Yeah, what does it matter? Like Pelosi and Crumbs, yes, playing a sympathy song on my finger violin for him. Ah, I know, I know. ah, here's something that is Middle East. Now, this came from paper with numbers onto them. The Lord will take from the proud and lift up the meek. Daniel said, this is came right out of the end times type thing. This is something that was on WND.com. The newly reconstituted Sanhedrin in Israel says it's time to rebuild the third temple, and they are inviting Arabs to join them in doing so. 23 rabbis signed a letter asking the Saudis to work with them in order to rebuild that third temple. That I don't know if you know about this, but that third temple in Jerusalem is where the Antichrist will be reigning eventually. So, if you don't think we're in the end times, I don't know how many more signs you need. Well, that's biblical. Jesus is coming soon. Jesus come quickly. Daniel said, "Hey, James. Hey, Wanda. How are you?" Yes. So, that's really good information, really, and really good news. It just gets us closer. Yes, Marilyn, it gets us closer. I'm ready. Are you? Yep, I'm ready. Exciting times. It really is. And, we're a part of the end times. We were here for a reason. Hopefully not like the slaves and peasants did. Prophecy being fulfilled, yes. I hope he comes before things get much worse. That would be nice, Dixie. That would be nice. But, people, you got your ticket. Yep, I got my ticket. The one-way ticket, right? I think that, that should be more of our focus. I mean, it really should. As we've been talking about like the other day and we continue. Oh, yeah, I pray no one will be deceived too, Teresa, but they will be. And they're already deceived. Let's see, I've just put some stuff on my profile, worked out how. Lee said, people get ready. Yes. I don't want to live through hell before I go to heaven. I know, Dixie. But, as I was saying, I said this in my program the other day with Bill Cloud, God's Views on Political News. What we're seeing isn't a fight against Democrats versus Republicans, Donald Trump versus everybody else. This is, as we all know, it is a spiritual battle. Politics just happens to be part of that spiritual battle. But what is happening and what is so poignant about the politics, it's a battle between good and evil. And that's what it all boils down to. And the politics is only a small portion of that good versus evil. What we need to do is that we need to remain watchmen on the wall and telling people what's coming so that they can get ready. That's our job. Yes, that's it. And so, so when you hear things, when we're talking this morning about should Donald Trump veto the bill and da 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 da, yes, and again, that's only part of it. But as I talked about the other day, that whole issue with illegal aliens, we always thinking, oh, well, they just want to put them on their voting pay, their voting rolls. Yes, they do. But what they really want, they want to bring them in here, protect them, so that the globalist elitists and can usher in the new world order and a globalist society. And they're trying to create that right here on our American soil. That's exactly what's happening. Thank you for truth, Wanda said. You are welcome, Wanda. We need to know God's word in our hearts and put on our suits of armor, our full suit of armor. Yes, the armor of God. We absolutely do. AI will be part of it too. Absolutely, Brandon. Everything. Everything. If you can break, part of it, like Donald Trump is standing in between the globalists and us being taken over quicker by the globalist society. But America is also standing in the way and has always stood in the way of that occurring. And that's why you see the communist, progressive, same thing, by the way, trying to break down American society. And they are doing that. They are changing the American culture and getting rid of it. They are changing the Christian culture and getting rid of it. And they are breaking up marriages. They are breaking up the family. They are changing everything about America so that America will no longer exist from the inside out, so that the globalist society, the new world order, can be ushered in. I miss the old America too, Teresa. But that's the thing that we have to remember when you're looking at it. It's not like, oh yeah, we just want the illegal aliens in here to vote. Yes, that's part of it. But that's not the bigger picture. The bigger picture is to bring in open border, free flow of people into America that will change this country, that will create chaos, that will bring on the New World Order. They are doing a really good job of destroying America. Yes, they are, Robin. Always look for spiritual battles in political, economic, and religious issues. Yes, Dawn, absolutely. And a lot of people don't want to believe, that. Bible talks about the one world order. That's exactly what they want to do, and they being the elitists. I moved to small town America just like it used to be, Dixie Doodles. And Dixie, I hate to tell you this, yes, you are in a small town and the way it used to be, but it's an illusion about what's going on around you, right? I mean, it's not protecting you from what's ultimately going to happen being in that small town. There's no place to run and hide, and that's the bad thing. Have a blessed day, Don. Once higher class neighborhoods are invaded by illegals, they will finally get it. I don't know, Brandon. I don't think so. I know, Dixie, if you don't watch the news. I think that those people, as the Bible talks about, those with eyes who cannot see and ears that cannot hear, we're seeing that over and over. It's closer to old America here in the Cherokee National Forest. Can't imagine living in California. I know, Teresa. Thank you, Susan, for bringing us the truth. You are welcome, Chezzy. Yeah, we need to continue telling people the truth. It's not always what they want to hear, but we have to be a part of the truth tellers, the watchmen. Hey, Jules. And keep telling people what's actually going on. Keep preparing people for what is coming. We are the very few remnants who are left. Robert said exactly, Susan. Yeah, we are just a very small portion of those that are left. Have a great weekend and continue to be you. Thank you, Brandon. Everybody, thank you so much. Have a blessed weekend. Have a blessed weekend, all. Great scope, Susan. Thank you, Lee. If you would, please retweet all of this. Thank you for the pleasant company daily. Thank you, Dixie. Don't forget to go to AbbeyBellPetDesigns.com and get your cute bandanas of a variety of colors. You could also watch the beginning of the scope so that you would see what we talked about. Also, please don't forget, my ears are not like yours. You can order it now. We'll get to you before Easter, and you can put in an Easter basket and give encouragement and hope to a child you know and love. Thank you, Beck. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you for retweeting. God bless you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you again Monday, if not sooner. You never know. Take care. All right. Thank you, everybody on YouTube. God bless you. We'll see you again on